Hello there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I hadn't done a Dungeons and Dragons story in a while, and a friend of mine, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he mentioned something that I used to have a lot of fun with. Apparently, I'm the best at this that he knows, and he misses it in the game. It's called haggling. Now, let me give you a little context here. Dungeons and Dragons, in case you don't know, or if you haven't watched any of my videos, is a wonderful way to have fun with family and friends. I've been playing for about 45 years, and I've been running it for over 4 decades. Dungeons and Dragons is what's called a tabletop role-playing game, and for that, one person needs to be the game master. In Dungeons and Dragons, that guy's called the Dungeon Master. This Dungeon Master, it's his job to create and run the adventure for the players to enjoy. And running adventures is so awesome. It is just wonderfully fun. During the game, the players acquire treasure in the form of coinage, gems and jewelry, magic items, that kind of thing. And it's a standard occurrence all through the game, and I've talked in depth about it in other videos, especially in my video Encumbrance. Check that out. One of the responsibilities of the Dungeon Master through the course of the game is to relieve player characters of excess coinage. Gold pieces, silver pieces, copper pieces, that kind of thing. And when I haggle, a lot of people thought I was very, very vicious when I haggled. I never thought I was that bad. I've known people who were far worse for far less reason. But if you're going to run a game, this is something the Dungeon Master has to be aware of and has to be able to do effectively. So, the reason that it's a necessity is that if players gain enough gold and treasure to live comfortably, there's really no reason to adventure. If you can purchase a kingdom, why would you want to go out and rob a tomb? You see what I'm saying? If you can live like a king, why go and put yourself at risk? So, yeah, it is imperative that you relieve players of a lot of excess gold. And the other reason is encumbrance. Gold is gold. It's heavy. The gold pieces are actual gold coins, not real gold, but you know what I'm saying. Gold coins have weight. And look at my video Encumbrance. Gold coins, you can only carry so many of them. So you can't really, most players will convert that to gems and jewelry and stuff like that they can wear, or purchase magic items. And that's some of the ways that a dungeon master can relieve them of this excess coinage. If they want to purchase a magic item, maybe the price gets inflated a little bit. I'm not, you want to put a knife to them and gouge them, but increase the price 20-30%, that kind of thing. Another way is fees and taxes. If they own property, for example, they have to pay taxes. If they want to buy a business license, for example, fees. Okay. Another one is tolls. Whenever you're entering a city, most cities charge a toll to get in. A lot of cities have toll bridges, toll roads, that kind of thing, because they're trying to generate revenue for the kingdom. And that's a very common occurrence even today, toll roads. So there's a lot of ways to do that. Another way that you can relieve them of their gold is the old-fashioned way. There's a thieves guild. Thieves like money. Oh, look, that guy's packing in a whole big bag of gold. Let's see how much we can get out of there without him noticing. They can get robbed. But my favorite way, my absolute favorite way, is through haggling. Now, the way you have to do this in the game, as far as haggling goes, is you have to be familiar with the laws of supply and demand. You can't just say this guy's charging 10 times what it's worth. There's got to be a reason. You have to be able to explain it to the players, or at least give them information so they can reason it out. You can't just say, I'm charging 10 times the amount. Well, there was a war and there's a shortage of whatever it is, horses or swords or whatever. Supply and demand plays havoc with prices. Wars, for example, makes items scarce. Droughts make livestock and food scarce. Because if it's a drought, the crops didn't grow like they were supposed to. There's not near as much grain. Can't make as much bread, that kind of thing. Store owners generally buy goods at less than book price, so a player will come in with an item that he wants to sell, and the whole concept of business is buy low and sell high. So you can buy it for 50 cents on the dollar, 50% book price, and then sell it for a little more. That way you're making money. That's the whole point of a business, is to make money. Store owners generally buy goods at less than book price, but sell them at 20 to 30% over book price, and that allows them to stay in business. See, a little bit of haggling you don't really have to explain. Why there's only 2 horses in town, they're both, half dead nags, and you want to charge 5,000 gold each, that you'd have to explain. Because book price horses run about between 200 and 500 for a good horse. If you want to charge 5,000 and it's half dead already, you got to have a reason for that. You see what I'm saying? I told a story in one of my videos. I paid 100,000 gold for a horse that was too stupid to eat grass by the side of the road or drink water from the river. Yeah, it died. Sometimes you just have to leak information. You have to let the players know why things cost as much as they do. But the trick is not to gouge them too much, because the players hopefully will catch on and take steps to alleviate the situation. Use it as a learning and a growing experience in the game. Okay. Be mindful of the events going on in your world in order to explain these things. The players go into a town and they're looking to buy horses. And there's horses, we've got a few here, enough for the party, but they're going to be a little expensive. Well, why? Well, one of our neighbors is in a war and they came over and bought a bunch of our horses. There's just not very many horses left. Supply and demand. This country's not in a war, but that country over there is, and they beat you to it. You see what I'm saying? That's basically haggling. And in the game, haggling is so much fun. Especially when you get player characters who have a good sense of humor. And that's the main part. Everybody has to have fun. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.